So another day has dawned here in China. It's my last day here, which is a little bit sad because of course I love adventuring. I've enjoyed my time here as much as that surprises me, but the adventure continues. Heading to the airport in just a moment, and we're flying to Korea and then we're heading to Japan. Honestly, I'm a little bit anxious. I get anxious about pretty much everything. Surprisingly, I wasn't that anxious about most of the comp, even though that was a huge experience, but I am a little bit anxious about flying. Sometimes it's just weird little things, even though I know it's okay and the chances of anything going wrong are so small, but you know, there's that one chance that, you know what I'm saying. Right now we're just waiting for our taxi, so I really don't have a lot to say other than I'm a little bit anxious and I'm a little bit sad. But I'm feeling alright other than that, and I'm looking forward to today and the rest of the week.
Don't be afraid, I'll be the one to guide you through this endless maze.
So, I've just made it into Korea, which is super interesting. The airport is absolutely beautiful. I'm not feeling fantastic right now simply because I've been an idiot and left a passport on a plane. That's great, isn't it? I'm lucky though, I'm a dual citizen, so I've still got a passport with me, but I'm missing my New Zealand passport, which is a pain in the butt because of course it means I have to get another passport, even though I was going to have to get another passport next year, and I'm just blabbering, so you know, just deal with me, okay? But right now, we're just waiting on our flight. We leave in about half an hour, which is something. We've been here for a while, but I just haven't had the mentality to record this clip, so you know, yeah, this is fantastic. Back to people. So I'm feeling a lot better than I was. I've had a lot of time to process all the crap that happened before, which is fantastic. We've arrived in Japan and got to our hotel, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a hotel. It's something else that I don't know the name of, but it's pretty. There are beds on the ground, which is great, and there's these walls behind me, which is pretty cool. When we arrived, we hopped onto the metro system, which was fantastic. Hopped on a monorail, which was cool. Got to have a chat with one of the locals who helped us out, which was really interesting. It was just a fun time, and it definitely felt like we were a bunch of sardines, but you know, that was great. Anyway, it's time to hit the hay. I've shut these two up enough, who is my dad and my brother. They've been silent this whole time and I thank them. So I'm just going to stop talking before they ruin my shot. Like right now. Yeah, see? Disgusting. So today is our first day here in Tokyo. It's starting out pretty, well, interestingly. It's wet, it's rainy, it's a little bit chilly. Like, not freezing, I've got a sweatshirt on and that's about it. But it's a good day to be adventuring. When I say that, let's be very clear, I'm not trying to say that this weather is good for adventuring. That's just part of it, but it's good to be out and about in a city halfway across the world just exploring. I'm happy, I'm looking forward to it, and I just realized I forgot my drum. So this is a little bit awkward. I'm future Judah. Pretty much this is me from literally almost a month after the trip. I've had to make this little clip simply because the next clip didn't make sense. I didn't record anything else during that day, simply because there was nothing else to film. I did my B-roll, I tried to make Akihabara look as interesting as possible, and then we went back to the hotel, and that didn't really make much of a story. Akihabara was interesting, but the problem was it was just shops, and honestly, I'm not that interested in shops, particularly the type of shops that they had, and honestly, after a pretty quick time, I got bored. So we end this day and get started on with the next day, which I think is going to be a whole lot more interesting. Just wait. So we're starting out the day in the middle of a city in front of a train station. I've got nothing much else to say other than we're going for some more exploring, going to visit a temple, I think, and then we're going to be looking at the biggest crossing in the world, which I can't even think of the name right now because I'm an idiot, but that's alright. We'll continue the day and see what happens. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I keep on saying that, which is fantastic. I should just shut my mouth and get it going, so let's do that. Another day is complete here in Tokyo. It's been pretty interesting, honestly. We started out by heading to a shrine, which honestly made me feel a little bit weird.
it was beautiful and all, but the whole vibe was wrong. And I think it's all to do with my religion. I'm a Christian, I believe in God, and it felt very anti that, and there was just a weird vibe that I can't explain. It was probably me putting it on myself, but I just don't agree with some of the stuff that they believe. So really, I was going as a tourist. I was making it really, really important to only enjoy it for the beauty of everything else. For everything else, it was just mediocre. After that, we went to a cafe to meet up with one of my dad's old friends from like 20 years ago, which was interesting. He's a photographer. He just came from the Tokyo car show or something like that, which sounded pretty incredible. And then to finish off our day, we went to this beautiful gardens. It was pretty incredible to look around. There's bonsai trees and all sorts of little trinkets and little gardens. It was like there was a fair going on as well at the same time, and as part of that fair there was almost garden competitions. We bought in these little tiny guns, and it was really clever and cool. Which brings us to this moment right now. We're just about to hit the hay because of course it's late in the day. I'm tired and I need some rest because of course in a couple of days I've got to head to Enzai, which is where the competition is being held, which is the reason I'm in Tokyo. So yeah, let's hit the hay now, I think.
And another day has arrived here in Tokyo, Japan. Today we're heading to Shibuya, as well as this building that literally we can go up and see some views. Hopefully it will make for some interesting footage, some beautiful b-roll, something that's interesting, because if it's not, then what am I doing with my life? So I think without further ado, that's enough talking. It's time to get on with the day and try our best to have some fun, to do some beautiful stuff and just see the world.
This is all, so I don't need to take it slow. If you want me, then I believe that there's a simple remedy. We don't need no miracle. I think we've seen it all. Just make the call. I'll come running over. We don't need no miracle. It's unconditional. Just make the call, and I'll be yours.
So it's me again, that is to say, future Judah. That day was a really, really fun and special day. So to start things off, we went to that tower that I have no clue the name of. I know that I don't have a lot of clues about any of the names or anything like that about the places that we went. But we went, and it was incredible to see Tokyo from the sky. You could see so much. You were able to see like Tokyo Stadium, you were able to see the Eiffel Tower that isn't the Eiffel Tower, you were able to see just so much, and it was really cool. After that, we went and saw Shibuya, the busiest crossing in the world, and I gotta say, please don't take this personally, I wasn't overly amazed or impressed. Honestly though, we probably did go at a reasonably quiet time, so it wasn't really that busy. And then to finish the day off, we went to another beautiful shrine. Now, once again, I did feel a little bit odd, once again, because of my religion, but then there was something that was almost nicer about it. It was a little less so odd, but I was able to actually enjoy it for what it was. Perhaps it was because it was in the middle of this lovely bush, and it was really beautiful. Anyway, we can go back to regular time, Judah, because I'm done talking. So enjoy tomorrow's next part of this vlog. And another day has arrived here in Tokyo. Pretty much today we're doing a pretty simple day. We're going to the Pokemon Center because Nathaniel's a massive nerd and I'm interested as well, and Dad's just coming along for the ride. After that, we don't have a lot planned. We might go to a shop because Dad needs to pick something up for someone, and not really much else planned. But you know, we'll have some fun, we'll do some filming, we'll have some exploring, and we'll do Tokyo stuff because we're in Tokyo, so that makes sense, okay? So let's get ready to do some B-roll, try and make something beautiful, because I've been trying to do that for the last 5 years and it never works out. Okay? What a day. Honestly, right now, I'm absolutely exhausted. We've been walking all over the place. We went to this beautiful knife and scissor shop, which was actually really incredible. Honestly, I didn't get any footage in there. Simply 1, because I was dripping wet. 2, because I felt uncomfortable. And 3, it was nice just to experience it for myself. After that, we of course went to the Pokemon store, the Poke Center, which was interesting, but I wasn't overly thrilled about it, to be honest. It's a shop. It's a shop with Pokemon stuff. I mean, cool experience and a half, but honestly, I was hoping for more in some ways in my head. And then on the other part of me, I'm not that surprised. But anyway, it's not too long before I'm going to sleep because I'm exhausted. Well, and tomorrow I've got to be up reasonably early because we've got the first day of the competition in Enzai. So probably won't do any filming for the next couple of days simply because I am going to be focused on the competition. I've just finished up last week's photos from the competition, which is fantastic. I feel a little bit bad because it's taken me so long, but when you think about it, I've been busy in the day and I've been using my evenings to work. So frankly, I think I've done okay. The editing isn't amazing, but I've done my best. So let's wrap this part up here and see what happens next. So the competition has come to an end, and frankly, I'm a little bit sad about it because that was an experience I've been working towards for a very long time, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. And unfortunately, today is our last day in Tokyo before we head on home, which again, isn't too fantastic, but we're gonna make the most of it. We're gonna head out and we're gonna go to a car museum. It's also this guy's birthday, so happy birthday, you're old. We're just gonna head on the way right now because I've got nothing else to say, so yeah, let's do this. So would you look at that? It's me again. That is to say, future me. So being honest, that day was pretty uneventful. We went to that museum that I talked about, and it turned out it was the Tokyo Motor Show that we were able to go and see at least part of in that area, which was pretty cool. And pretty much after that, we headed back to the place that we were staying at, our hotel, and that really wrapped up that day very, very quickly. Now, when I say very, very quickly, it wasn't very, very quickly. We literally spent a bunch of time in that area of the car show and doing a few other bits and pieces here, but nothing really of note. So that brings the final day of this trip to a close. Let's get on with the next day, which of course is the travel home, and just see what happens. And it's finally that day, the day that everyone regrets and does not look forward to on a trip. The day that we head home. We're heading to Narita Airport today to head on home, and as I said, or kind of said, or something like that, I'm really not looking forward to getting home, which is just part of life. I've really enjoyed my trip. I've enjoyed the experience. I've enjoyed the competitions, and it's genuinely a shame. But let's get on with things. I've got to get myself all packed up before I leave, and I'm just not going to talk that much. I'll do some B-roll and get home. Yeah, that's about it.